Hey everybody, Josh Olive with Haven Comics here. Thank you for joining us for our Thursday night Haven Comics quiz show. Stick around and we'll be right back with all the fun. As promised, here is all the fun. It's me, your local friendly neighborhood comic book store owner. And with me tonight is our official artist, official realtor, Mr. Jeremy Bernard. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm some of the fun.
That's a good point.
You're not all of the fun.
I was all the fun at that moment.
You can't call me the official artist. There are too many great artists at Haven. Some really good ones.
We do have a lot of great artists. That's true, but you're the official one because you're the one that said that posted your picture up on the wall. So
you can call me your favorite.
I could do that, but that would be playing favorite, and that would get me in trouble.
Oh man.
So let's check over into the chat and see who all we got joining us so far tonight. Got Alan Breedlove at the Breedlove Asylum. How you doing, sir? And it looks like we have Travis Goodman on already. How you doing, Travis? Glad to see you guys joining us.
Travis cleans up at these things. So does Alan.
He does do well.
That's why they're here right at the start, because they know prizes are coming.
That's a good point. It's always good to have the prizes, which we like to make available on a regular basis. So we do. Speaking of prizes, should we show folks what we've got on tap for tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to our prize cam, the best prize cam in the business, bar none.
I removed it. We've got some cool stuff. Speaking of other great artists, you'll see up there that Wolverine Hulk print. That's from Corbin Delaney, one of the other official artists of Haven Comics.
Dude, that thing is awesome.
Super cool guy. Yeah, when it's up, we'll pull it down and I'll show you the whole thing, or the prize cam will. It is stellar. Super good. Also, Travis, you haven't got any prizes in 2 weeks? You're going to have to step up your game.
Some people have never won any prizes at all, Travis.
Travis, I haven't won a prize this entire show. Also, we have some prizes that have become staples. We've got a Ninja Turtles mask. We've got the Among Us clip. We've got my comic book. We've got some variant comics, Excalibur #1, Iron Man 2020 #1. We've got the Old Guard and Greedy Goblins, which I have to admit, I almost kept for myself. I almost just bought that.
What were you going to do with Greedy Goblins?
Play it, or just say the words over and over again. It sounds like a really fun experience for me. Shout out to Owen. Owen writes our questions. Hot take. I don't know that I talked to him about the questions this time. I hope they're up there. He's here and he's talking to us, so I'm going to assume that
I've got the questions right here.
All right, I got them up now too. Owen, thank you for being the most stable part of this show.
No doubt, both mentally and in all other ways. Oh, now look at Christine. Look at that. She always hits the nail right on the head.
Yeah, I feel touched.
That's for you, Alan. Woo! A mess. All right. So what say we introduce our guest and see how this night goes?
Sounds like a fair thing to do at this point. We could just let him wait until the very end.
That seems mean. I mean, he's gone to all the trouble to be here. Hey, before we do that real quick, got Ryan Williams, Mr. Comics and Death Metal himself. Good to have you on board, sir. It was good to see you the other day. You got an awesome family, man. It was great to get to meet them. But yes, let's bring on our one and only Mr. Surly Pete. How you doing, Surly Pete?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Now, I see you're wearing an awesome shirt. Now, did you actually get through the Temple of Elemental Evil, or did you die?
Oh, I've tried several times.
You actually ran that campaign, didn't you, as I recall?
Oh, yeah, I've ran it probably 5 or 6 times.
I think that makes sense. I vaguely recall that. So the shirt tells me that one of your kinds of geek is gaming. So you're into RPGs and that kind of thing. What else have you got that qualifies you for your geek cred?
40-some years of reading comic books, video games, watch no one should watched.
But do you mean like? Do you mean like?
What was that?
Do you mean like super nerdy things, like very technical things? That's what you mean, right?
No, like just terribly bad movies that don't even rate as B-list movies.
Oh,
Like David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury.
Yes, I've actually seen it. I might have a copy of that around here somewhere.
That would not surprise me if you did. Notice the name Surly Pete. Surly Pete is our super witty curmudgeon. If you ever need to be put down, Surly Pete is your man. He'll absolutely lay the smack down on you.
if you ever need that.
If you ever need that. Sometimes if you just happen to be passing, it'll be like a drive-by put down. He'll get you. You're just collateral damage at that point.
I remember you guys made Surly Pete a mythical figure before I ever met him. And I remember when I met him,
We didn't exaggerate anything.
but the very first thing that I said to him was, "What made you Surly?" And we've been friends since. I feel like
What made me surly was a trip to Chicago with Josh.
It's a true
that's
statement.
what broke your soul.
It's a true statement.
4 days
That was
locked in a
fun
hotel
trip.
room with Josh.
I
The
have that
car
effect.
ride and a rendering plant and all. There was a state trooper involved.
Cairo, Illinois. When we had to go through that crazy place.
I feel like Surly Pete and I get along on a spiritual level because I'm also a curmudgeon. But I hide it super well. But I just, on the inside, I'm that old man yelling at people to get off their lawn. I'll tell people to get off their own lawn. I don't even want to look at you on your lawn. Just get inside. That's me on the inside.
I just say
I
what
see why you
everybody's
two
that's
get
all.
along.
We're glad you say it.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Pete and I have played Dungeons and Dragons together for years now. He's been Dungeon Master. He has played alongside me as I'm a murder hobo. I feel like he's not as murder hobo as me, but I feel like he enjoys it when I, throw grenades in rooms full of goblin children. So we get along.
I was gonna say nobody's as murder hobo as you that I've ever seen in 40 years of playing.
I want that written on a plaque.
You're also like absolutely. You're chaotic.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's me.
You-
That
Give
describes
us an
me.
example of some of his craziness, Pete, if you remember a good one.
Remember, it's a family show. though.
Full of goblin children.
I think you just said
And then maybe taking one of the corpses back to throw at the king.
that wasn't me. That wasn't.
You
were playing with,
sanctioned that. You agreed with that entire thing.
I might have said it was okay, but I mean, I'm not going to tell somebody what to do. If you want to take a goblin baby back to throw at the feet of a goblin king, that's not my business. What am I, some kind of dictator?
That's not right, man.
No.
A hand
I can
grenade
honestly
into
say
a
I've
room
been
of
anything
goblin
close to
children.
that.
Well, hey, I mean, I don't know. I get judged so much. You kill a couple of people in their sleep, and suddenly you're a bad guy.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. That'll do it.
Okay. We do have somebody else who can hear an echo too.
All right. Let me see if I can grab a different headset.
All right.
Peace.
While he's checking to grab a different headset, you want to talk about the first prize that we have associated with question number 1?
Absolutely. I have been I've been updating the questions here, so the prizes were associated. That's why I have seemed just a touch distracted. Sorry about that. But now, back on full speed here. The first prize, let's cue our prize cam, is going to be this awesome prize pack. We only have one sticker left from the Geek Out Huntsville packs. So I'm reaching deep into my personal sticker collection. You got that Hail Hydra sticker. You got some, I don't even know what the Dr. Henry Jones business is, but you got House Bluth for anybody who is an Arrested Development fan. And then, of course, over here on the top left, you're going to recognize the new Haven Comics logo.
Yeah, we've had that for, what, a year now?
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, not too long. How old is Haven? 20 years?
We are 19 and a half years. We have our birthday 20th anniversary is coming up April 2nd, 2021.
Exciting.
20 years. It's insane. I'm not old enough to have a store that old.
How old were you when you got the store? Tell us all your exact age.
It was 20 years ago, so it was 20 years less than I am now.
Oh, man. That would have made me 15. You can be mad about it.
Well, we've got Pete back now, so we'll see if we've gotten the echo dissipated.
Is this any better?
Go for it, Pete.
Yes, sir. The echoes when we talk, so yeah, it's fixed.
Yeah.
All right, good.
You look very official now, I will say. Like we should be having a work
You like
meeting.
fries with that?
Wow. Okay. Oh, geez. Wow. Thanks for that. So you know exactly how old we are, and that's awesome. I will tell you, we purposefully did not open on April 1st because we didn't want people to think it was a joke.
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah, that's the last smart thing we did, most likely. So you ready to get cranking, Pete? You want to answer some questions, win some prizes, fame,
Sure,
fortune, and glory?
Pete, let's explain how the game works real quick. So you are
Great
playing
timing because we got Brian Silverbacks asking.
Absolutely, yes. So Brian, this is for you too, because in the audience you have the exact same potential to win prizes. Pete, you are playing kind of with the audience, kind of against the audience. Who knows? At the end of the day, everyone's going home with something. But if you get the question right, the prize is yours. If you get the question wrong, then the audience has the opportunity to play for the, what is that? That's distracting. The audience has the ability to play for the exact same prize, and it's going to go to the first person in the audience who gets the right answer. Cool?
Sound good?
All right, now that we got your buy-in, let's do the thing. All right. What villain did Batman fight in the premiere episode of Batman the Animated Series? The unorthodox villain has not appeared in any of the films.
Oh, that'd be Clayface.
That's not what we have here. Do you like know that? Do you have it committed to memory?
I got a lot of weird stuff stuck in my head. But I guess that's the first one I saw. Maybe it wasn't the premiere.
You know, everything feels right. This is a big villain to roll out episode 1. Brian agrees with you. But it's not what we got here. Owen, can you back this up with sources?
Sources. Prove yourself, sir. Your Honor, I submit.
So, all right. It's Owen's source. It wasn't Clayface. All right. Nobody in the audience is perking up. So I'm going to go ahead and give the answer here. Yeah. Owen checked it against his DVD collection. So it is the Man-Bat, Dr. Kirk Langstrom. He tried to create a serum that would give him give humans bat-like sonar. Instead, it turned him into a mad bat. Man bat. Was also mad. He was a madman bat. But nobody gets it. What are we going to do with those prizes? Those stickers are just going to sit in the ether forever.
Well, or probably till next week.
Sorry, audience. Sorry, Pete. I like to give stuff away, so you guys are going to have to do a little better.
Yeah, step it up, Travis. That's why you don't win prizes for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Scarecrow has been in the movies, so that's right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do that. All right, that was a warm-up question. And that's a good question there, too.
If Man-Bat bought Batman, would he be Man-Batman or Batman-Bat? I don't know that I know what that question is asking. Oh, bit. That makes more sense. So if Man-Bat bit Batman, then Batman would become Man-Batman. Wait, Batman is what he'd be. But if Man-Bat took the suit from Batman, then he would be Man-Batman.
I have a really uneasy feeling that little segment right there is going to be on some compilation video somewhere, and that's the thing that we're going to be famous for.
Mm-hmm.
Is whatever that was. And Pete and I are going to be stuck with them watching you do that, whatever that was.
It's going to be on a compilation or it's going to be on the news, whichever. But you guys are going to be there wherever it is.
Wherever that ends up being. Yeah. Now, we had some recommendations to stack the stickers onto the next question or onto the Canadian question.
I don't know. I'm magnanimous. Let's give them away. Where do you want them to go?
Let's stack them on the next question and see what happens.
So we're going to add them to this beautiful Ninja Turtle mask with an Among Us clip. So you can wear that mask and throw that.
Both made by our viewer, Christine May, who does some awesome stuff. She's brought quite a few things up to the shop, and she's awesome. Look at that prize cam adapting on the fly. We have the best prize cam. Amazing work.
Christine is here.
Yeah, she's usually on.
I really hope she wins this pack, so she can
wins her own prize back. I donated this. I want it back. You're supposed to root for our guest, and Surly Pete is our guest. You're not treating him very nicely.
Hey, Christine's our guest too.
Yeah, but
also, if people start being nice to Surly Pete, then he's just going to be Pete.
He might be Jolly Pete. You don't know.
That's not going to happen.
Speaking of which, have any of y'all ever heard the word jolly associated with a skinny person?
No.
It's inherently a word that gets tied to chubby people. People have called me jolly, and they might as well just say, hey, fatty.
Oh.
I mean, that's what it is. Regular Pete.
Yeah, regular Pete.
That's unleaded Pete. See, Jolly Pete just doesn't work. Surly Pete does work. And he took it and he owns it. So that's
I
true.
was owning it long before
how you
I
doing,
ever
Southern
got that
Comic
moniker.
Pete? Good to
That's the
see you.
Sorry, you go. I keep stealing the comments from you.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. He's not skinny, but he's not fat either. I'll have to think about that one. Athletic Green Giant doesn't really have the same ring, I guess. Ho, ho, ho.
Owen, you're getting some love from the comments here. You need more turtle power. So if Christine wins this next question, she's going to give it to you, which means we've got to get a photo of you wearing this Ninja Turtles mask if you win. But all that to say, question number 2 is?
All right. Question number 2. What moody Netflix Marvel alum played a moody tow truck driver in Thor in the 1987 film? I totally hosed that. What moody Netflix Marvel alum played a moody tow truck driving Thor in the 1987 film Adventures in Babysitting?
This is
In
a
other
deep
words,
cut.
he was in both a Netflix show, a Marvel Netflix show, and in Adventures in Babysitting. And his name in Adventures in Babysitting was Thor.
So, Pete, how up to speed are you in babysitting movies? This feels like it would be your thing. Movies
I
about
know.
babysitting.
I can see the guy. I can't think of his name.
We'll talk through it. What else do you know him from?
He's been in tons of stuff. Just about anything off Disney Channel. I think they own him.
Remember, he was in
Big guy,
Netflix.
long blonde
He's a
hair,
Netflix
going bald
Marvel
now.
guy.
There's only one guy that I think it could be.
I'm out.
You could potentially, he could play you in the movie of Surly Pete. Surly Pete's Adventures. Surly Pete goes to
Handsome
Chicago.
guy.
Yeah, devilishly handsome, that guy.
Surly Pete Goes to Chicago. The origin story.
You know, we could make that movie.
I'm-
That would be
I'm
a cheap
honestly-
movie to film.
Yeah.
Oh, and there was a little hint in here. The Thor scene in the film is very memorable. It was Chris Columbus's first film. So we've got some answers. Josh, you let us know if any of these hit the nail on the head.
That one seems to.
Brian Silverbacks, you just won. It was Vincent D'Onofrio. I always feel like I'm saying that wrong. I don't know if I'm saying it right now. He played Dawson, a tow truck driver with long blonde hair, and shows up carrying a big hammer. The little girl Sarah, who's obsessed with him, just like Thor, wearing his winged helmet throughout the film, and mistakes Dawson as Thor. So,
I'm trying to picture Vincent D'Onofrio with long blonde hair because we talk about movies I've never seen. I've never seen Adventures in Babysitting.
I've got to admit, I have not either.
Well, we
So-
knew
Actually,
that.
a pretty good movie.
So I'm trying to picture Vincent D'Onofrio with long blonde hair, and now I'm coming up short because that's the Kingpin with long blonde hair, and that's just a weird image for me. Huh.
All right, so Brian won the mask plus Among Us clip plus the stickers.
Oh,
So-
Justin is wishing you good luck there, Pete.
All right.
Hey,
I
tell
looked
us how
it
that
up,
makes
the
you
wig
feel.
He was wearing in the movie.
You own the wig?
I feel happy. No, in the movie for Adventures in Babysitting, he was wearing a wig. I don't own
Oh.
a wig.
I misheard you. I thought you wear the wig at night before you go to bed. All right, next
I would
question.
agree
And you
with-
get out your hammer and you go outside and you yell at the sky and try to
Yeah.
get lightning to strike. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Is that what you think happens, Jeremy?
No, I was done at wig. Pete, I don't know if you own my comic
Right,
book.
hang on
but-
just a second on that.
I'm dying to see where this goes. But Silverbacks, hit me up on Facebook when this is over,
And it
and
lights
we'll
up.
hook you up.
Very cool.
Oh, rock on! He's got the hammer and he can lift it, so
Come
he's
on,
clearly worthy.
I feel
I am
like you're a
worthy.
Thor type.
You know what? I think you're right. I can see Surly Pete in Valhalla.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you
Pete, I
fight
don't know
during the day. At night, you
Drinking
go
and
in
hitting
and you
stuff, I'm
drink and have an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you laugh and tell stories. Yeah, Valhalla is for you, man.
You got my buy-in. Now you just need a mythical Valkyrie,
Okay.
and then you're in.
It doesn't have to be a mythical Valkyrie. A real one would work too.
If you've met one. So next up, Pete, I don't know if you own my comic book or not, but this is the comic that I published at the beginning of summer. It is 3 stories, a little collection of stories that I wrote, and they were illustrated by different artists. That's up next if you can get this question. So
That's a tough one too.
The question?
Yeah.
What company originally published Mad magazine from 1952 until the company was absorbed into DC over a decade later? I didn't know that. Mad was the only title out of over a dozen from this company to survive the creation of the Comic Code Authority.
I'll be honest, during my years of reading Mad, it was already DC.
Yeah,
So I had
it would
no
have
idea
been.
who had it.
Yeah,
What-
this is
So skip the Mad part and think about comic book companies that got destroyed by the creation of the Comics Code Authority.
I'm gonna give him some of the other things that were destroyed. They also printed Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, The Haunt of Fear, and many
Crime,
other horror
suspense
sci-fi.
stories.
Yeah. The code was created in 1954 to censor comics because a crackpot doctor fudged data to show that the content was harmful to the development of children. So that sucks.
All those good Golden Age horror books come from this company.
I feel
Hey, you know-
terrible, and as soon as you guys tell me who it is, I'm going to be like, yeah. I honestly am drawing a blank.
The Seduction of the Innocent.
Well,
The
that was
comic
the
book
book
code.
that was written that led to the Comics Code Authority, and that guy can take a long walk off a short pier. Not Owen. I like Owen.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought you meant. Sorry, I was gonna agree with you, but anyway. So, Pete, you're passing.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on this one. I honestly don't know.
It looks like that is going to go to Mike Wazalowski. I'm sure you've got my comic because Mike is a huge supporter of my work. You're going to have to gift it to someone, just stuff it in a mailbox. It was EC Comics or Entertaining Comics Publishing, which is interesting to see the verb.
Yeah, you hear all the old
Take me
EC
back to
horror
school.
books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pre-code
Now that it's
horror
been said,
EC
yeah,
Comics.
I remember it.
Yep.
I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, that's a
This
good.
is
That
a-
was a tough question because you don't think about all those horror books and Mad Magazine coming from the same place, but they did. Kind of oddball thing there.
How do you guys feel about that? Do you think violent content makes violent people?
Well, if that were true, then Grand Theft Auto would make for a whole lot more criminals running about ripping people out of their cars
Right?
and getting healthier by engaging with prostitutes.
Yeah. When I was a
Grand
kid,
Theft Auto just makes bad drivers.
It might
Huh?
explain all the bad drivers. You're right about that. I'm just trying to get more stars.
when I was a kid, my dad used to watch a lot of sci-fi stuff, and I remember this scene in Predator where the Predator hung a dude like skinned alive. And you know what? I'm perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with me. And I saw that when I was a child. There's nothing wrong with me. Nobody contradict that. So next.
You remember that conversation we had earlier about you being the most murder hobo?
Yeah. This episode's not looking good for me. So we got that thing that's going to be on the news.
Yeah, you got your man, Batman, Batman, whatever.
That is a conversation that needed to be had, and I'm glad Travis brought it up, honestly.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yep.
Wow.
No, we're not a comic book. We're a magazine, so it's okay.
That's crazy.
That's what you call an end around. Well done. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, he did it too.
Stop doing that.
You do it.
Probably true. Probably true.
Hey, Mike, you've got so many of my art pieces. I might be able to find another book that you don't have. Maybe. Not 100% sure, but maybe.
If
I
that
got
doesn't
some
work,
extra
you guys
stuff.
can look up Jeremy's videos, his movies on YouTube.
What? No. No. Different
Didn't you make a
audience.
movie? A superhero movie?
Oh yeah, but that's not on. It's hidden.
Oh, I
because
thought
it's
it was on
bad.
YouTube.
It's real bad. Anyway,
Oh,
Certainly
now we
Pete
gotta
has
see it.
resources. He can find it.
don't look for me on YouTube. Anyway, question 4.
Let's see the prize we got for question
Moved on.
4.
This episode is I'm gonna end up on a chopping block somewhere. Question 4. We're playing for a Michelangelo model kit. This is a cool thing. It's a model and it's a toy. So maybe this is a stocking stuffer. Maybe this is something you just want to play with. I don't know.
Could be either. Could go either way. All right, you ready, Surly Pete?
I'm ready.
All right. What Philip K. Dick novel was adapted into the 1982 film Blade Runner?
I believe in you.
Man.
Hint, the answer to this is in the form of a question.
That might have confused him. That would have confused me. Pete, I know you know this.
Nah.
Oh, you gotta know something,
That's just
Pete.
it. I know this somewhere too. I've seen the movie. I'm not a major fan, but I feel bad here.
You're not a fan of Blade Runner?
Not a huge fan. No.
That's okay. That's okay.
Sorry.
Nobody's perfect. Thought you were.
Wait, have you ever seen it?
Me? Blade Runner? Come on. No, of course not. Yes, I've seen Blade Runner.
I don't believe you now.
I saw it when it first came out.
I
Blade
believe
Runner
that.
is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
I also really like the new one. Really liked what they did with it. It's a good movie.
Oh, the Blade Runner 2049 or whatever.
Yeah. Ask me a question about Blade Runner.
Yeah, I
That's
never
one
saw
I
the new
know.
one.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Well, the book was titled, and the title of the book that Blade Runner is based on is a question. If that helps any.
We have it in the we have it in the chat. You ready to pass?
I'm ready to pass.
All right. It is.
We got one above that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh man, Zach, bringing it. Do androids dream of electric sheep? So, other Philip K. Dick properties adapted to film are The Minority Report, which feels like him for sure. Total Recall and A Scanner Darkly. He also wrote Man in the High Castle.
He was a very cheerful person.
Yeah.
All happy
those
movies.
are nice, uplifting, feel-good movies. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
They're not pessimistic visions of the future at all.
Yeah. Christine, I have seen more than one movie, less than 10 though. So we'll get to all of them eventually.
He's seen both of them.
Yeah.
That's
two
yeah,
of
he
the
blew
10.
2 of
There's
his
8
10 movies on both of those. That's sad.
Yeah.
I mean, good movie.
I've revealed another one, Monsters Inc. So having a kid, I watch the same movie every day, so don't judge me too harshly.
The great
All
movie.
right, we're gonna pull Pete out for the next question. Pete, what's coming up is just for the audience. It is the Canadian bonus question.
Okay.
In this question, the audience has a chance to compete for a $25 Haven gift card. Pete, are you frozen like that, or okay? It's just a really good way to freeze.
No,
You just
I'm
looked
good.
very excited, super
He
excited.
can just do that for a long time and hold it.
Oh, we'll see you in just a second, Pete. Okay. The Canadian bonus question.
True that, two brothers.
For a $25 gift card to Haven Comics, the greatest comic book shop on Slaughter Road.
That's true. That is a 100% true statement.
Who is the only Canadian actor to portray Batman on the big screen? Who is the only Canadian actor to portray Batman on the big screen? We're talking about movies. Theatrically released movie. I didn't know this.
I would have
Very,
absolutely missed
very
this by
happy
far.
to know this. You got one wrong answer. Travis, we want you to win something, so you can start getting them right. Mike, Keaton, no sir. Val Kilmer, not correct.
I feel like since this is the Canadian question, we should play the Jeopardy theme.
Oh, you know what we should play? A Canadian question video.
Certainly,
I'm
Pete
not on
knows
the-
this one.
Oh, does he?
Hey, look at this!
We've got.
A whole bunch of wrong answers.
Yeah, but we've got a half right one. Ah, there we go. Will Arnett. He did so as Lego Batman. He was on twice as Lego Batman. Also, do you guys remember on the Oscars when he played Batman in that super sick musical tirade that they did? That was really fun. I'm very glad I
Wait,
saw
you
that.
watched the Oscars?
Don't judge me. I watch movies. I do watch movies. I just don't watch all the bad ones you guys watch.
You just don't watch American movies? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm a Jim and Jules guy. That's what. That's my
You just watch Korean movies, don't you?
like The Host. Great movie.
I've not seen it.
Ah, tables have turned. Tables have turned, Josh. All right.
Except that, yeah, I haven't seen La La Land either, but I'm sure you have.
Great movie. Great movie. Do you see? Yeah, this is what's happened. Is I'm a La La Land guy. I've seen it. I watch Oscar movies. I try and watch them all before the Oscars come out.
If Pete's eyes roll back any further, he's going to pass out.
All right, so the winner of the $25 gift card to Haven Comics, that's Two Brothers Comics. Which brother won?
I'm going to assume that's Nick. Nick Ellis. Because when Dustin pops on, he usually pops on with his own name instead of the Two Brothers name. But it's cool that Two Brothers is on, and that makes me happy.
Who won the?
I'm trying to figure out who this is.
Lydia Fleming?
No, Stuart Bruce Greenwood.
Oh, wait. Let's look him up.
He's the smart. Yeah, it's definitely Nick. Because Dustin's not typing that. Pete is absolutely alive. He's just surly.
Stuart Bruce Greenwood is a Canadian actor and producer. He's known for his role as the American President John F. Kennedy in 13 Days.
They let a Canadian play the American president? That
Wait.
seems wrong.
Ah,
Oh, wait. What's
he
happening
was a
here?
voice actor of Bruce Wayne Batman in Batman Under the Red Hood, Young Justice, Gotham by Gaslight, and Batman Death in the Family. So,
Those
that's
didn't
really
come out on
good
the
info.
big screen, though. Those
Yeah.
were TP.
Or did they? Did they? Hold on. Young Justice for sure did not. Batman Death in the Family, I think, had a theatrical release.
That's interesting.
You know what? I think there's enough wiggle room there. Lydia, I'm going to give you a $25 gift card to Haven Comics.
Wowzers.
Two winners. Two
The prizes,
winners.
they be flying.
I'm just throwing money away. Lydia Fleming. $25 gift card. Log in that so I don't forget it. All right, Josh, I owe you some money.
Are we just
Okay.
throwing out random numbers? What are we doing here?
Yes. Those did not have wide theatrical releases. You know what, Owen? I agree with you. But I also think Lydia, I think she deserves it. I think there was enough gray area there. Mike's right.
A Canadian
Recount.
question controversy. Recount.
Oh, Mike, don't start. You got to stay away from that. All right.
Just so you know, Pete, I just got a text from Two Brothers Comics saying that they
Yes.
they gift the gift card to you.
Huh.
Aw.
So,
Thank you.
$25 gift card to you. That'll help you get Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which just came out this week.
Yep.
Sweet
be
book. We got all the DM variant covers for that, so they're beautiful. That was a good one.
Who
Yeah,
won
if I
this?
get one variant, then I got to get all the variants. And,
Oh man, that
I'm
sounds
gonna carry
expensive.
Jordan.
Who
Exactly.
won the Androids Dreaming of Electric Sheep thing? I was so busy talking about La La Land.
Pretty sure that was Zach.
Zach, right?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
Zach
Make
got
sure.
that
Thanks
one.
for keeping me honest,
Yeah,
Zach. I'm not trying to forget you. What did Zach win? That was the Ninja Turtle. Josh, your phone is blowing up. You're
It's
a
true.
popular
Yeah,
dude.
we can hear it.
I'm an
Awesome.
extremely popular person. And look at that lovely sticker on the back of my phone.
Pete, that's what you got to do with your sticker. You won that, right? I think you did.
No.
Oh, that's Brian Silverbacks. Brian Silverbacks, you got to adorn your phone with that sticker so it becomes an official Haven Comics phone. All of the work that you do, every piece of, every deal you do, sanctioned by Haven Comics. Also, you don't know where that could go. You could put it on a hammer. So be smart.
For
Josh,
those who don't know Brian Silverbacks, he's a great artist, and he's got a book that just came out recently from Scout Comics called Loggerhead. He's got his Loggerhead second appearances coming up here pretty soon, and
Isn't that a
he's been doing
crossover?
covers. He just did a cover, a store exclusive cover for the Donnie Cates book Crossover that just came out.
Wait, hold on. So crossover, that's a separate book, but isn't Loggerhead going to do a crossover?
Yeah, Loggerhead is doing a crossover comic. That's his next appearance. Yes, that's
cool.
at Scout Comics. Crossover is the name of a book by Donnie Cates over at Image, and Brian Silverbacks just did a one of the store exclusive covers for that, and flew up to Wisconsin or Michigan or wherever for a signing for it. That's the Loggerhead. I see. I was like, it's a turtle. I got you.
Yeah.
Or is that TMNT? Because that was 4 turtles. I can't ascertain their ages. Are those teenage turtles?
How many Loggerheads are there? Brian, you still around? Are there 4? We need
There's
to know.
just one, and
Inquire
trust me,
minds.
one is enough. I think we have 1 copy left of his comic at the shop. I think we have 1 copy left. I know that Jeremy is reading It Eats What Feeds It from Scout Comics. I know you're reading that one.
I'm buying all of them. I read the first one. I'm waiting till they're done. That's my game.
That's a choice.
I was
It's a bold
gifted
strategy,
hammer.
Cotton.
I was gifted a hammer when I started real estate. And the guy who gave it to me said it was my magic hammer. Anything I used that hammer on to post a sign was going to sell, which I mean, like, obviously, duh, everyone knows how magic works. But I've always thought that was really, really cool and really risky, because now I'm just running around in the world with a hammer with his name on it. There's bad publicity. There is. Pete, how do you feel about that?
There is no bad publicity. It's all good publicity. If somebody's talking about you, it's good if you got business.
Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're not going to jail. Question number 6.
If you're not going to jail, which could happen. So, all right, Surly Pete, I think this one might be in your wheelhouse.
I'll say, I'm feeling bad. I got to get one here.
I will. What sword and sorcery novel series did iconic fantasy artist Frank Frazetta do 7 of the original 12 covers for? His art would go on to define the tone and style for the series as its popularity grew. So what sword and sorcery novel series did Frank Frazetta do the iconic covers for?
Dang.
Was that the Fire and Ice?
You know what's interesting? The prize cam just let me know that we didn't announce that you could win an Excalibur #1 variant from the new
Dawn of X.
Dawn of X, Powers of 10, new Swords of X, X of X line. That's what this is from. It feels like something I would read. Excalibur was always my thing. when I was a kid. But now I'm interrupting. Go back to your thought process, and I will remove this. Just wanted everyone to know.
Think Frank Frazetta art. Frank Frazetta is the guy that did Death Dealer. If you remember Death Dealer.
Yeah.
So this is way before Song of Ice and Fire stuff.
Oh. Conan.
Nailed it.
Yep. He's had many movies. Most of them not great. But he's had them. And you can probably...
Did you just say there was a bad Conan the Barbarian movie?
Oh, I didn't say they were bad. I said they weren't great.
I've seen some of those.
I mean, one of them had Wilt Chamberlain in it. Come on, man.
Which one was that? There's more than the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones?
Well, there's also the recent one with
Momoa.
Jason Momoa, yeah.
I didn't dislike that. I'm a Schwarzenegger guy, though.
I'm sure Surly Pete can quote the line about the lamentation of the women and all that stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. I'm good.
Well, you just won a prize, Surly Pete. How does that make you feel? It'll go nicely with your $25 gift card. Wow.
That's
unusual.
They're good.
Interesting. All right.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that those Tally-Ho comics were fakes.
There you go. Conan the Destroyer is the one that had Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, that one also had Grace Slick in it, where she kept smacking people in the face with a stick.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's fun stuff. Who doesn't want to get hit in the face with a stick? Oh, yes. Yeah, so what is best in life? Yeah, there you go. God, that's great stuff.
Question 7. For question 7,
What's the prize for question 7?
Iron Man 2020. This is actually a pretty sick variant. I really like this myself. No, I don't want to remove that. I am not on my game tonight, guys. I apologize. Let me move this to solo layout so you can see how cool this is. That is Iron Man 2020. Looks like Iron Man versus Cyborg Wolverine, whom I remember to be named Albert. Right? Am I right? Somebody check me on that, because in my head, Cyborg Wolverine was Albert. And it was
that's not Cyborg Wolverine. That's Wolverine 2020, who in the case of this particular stuff, he just had a book, a 2-part book called I, Wolverine, as in iPad, iPod, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that was written by Larry Hama, writer of G.I. Joe, and back in the day, writer of Wolverine. One of the best runs of Wolverine ever. Speaking of Wolverine, Wolverine's got a brand new series out called Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. It's a black and white series. The only color on it is the blood, anything red. And
that's cool. I like that.
The first issue, it's a little kind of anthology book. So the first issue had several different stories in it. The second story in there was by Matt Rosenberg, the guy who's doing Hawkeye, Free Fall, and Strike Force, and some of these others, Force Works 2020, these kind of books. That Wolverine story in there was absolutely awesome. I mean, that was sick. Surly Pete, if I ever read a Wolverine story you would like, I think that one was it. It was amazing.
Peter, you a Wolverine guy?
What was that?
Are you a Wolverine guy?
I like some of the Wolverine.
I think we all like a little bit of Wolverine.
It's just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's the best.
A Spider-Man man I can appreciate. A Spider-Man spider, I'm not so sold on.
Well, yeah, that's
Larry Hama wrote the regular Wolverine title for a long time. With Mark Silvestri on art for a good chunk of that. And man, that was a phenomenal run on that book. That iconic cover for issue number 50, that's the yellow cover with the 3 slashes across it, and it's the die cut cover. fantastic stuff. Look at Travis backing you up.
Ha! Look at that. It was Albert. Thanks for
That's
looking
because
it
he came
up.
from Alberta, Canada.
Really?
No. I just wanted to say that because it was one of the places I know in Canada.
My favorite character design ever. What about a man Spider-Man?
Man Spider-Man.
Why would you do that, Ryan?
So if Man Spider-Man bites Spider-Man, what do we have?
What you
A
why you hate on?
radioactive nerd.
We're talking about taxonomy here. You got to know this stuff. Does it have the attributes of a creature attributed to a man, or does it have the attributes of a man attributed to a creature? You got to know. The question is, why is Batman a bat man, but then man bat? He's not a man. He's just a bat monster. It should be monster bat or bat monster. There's too much there. And isn't...
I have no idea why this whole story about Man Bat just reminded me of this. But my wife owns a horse, and so she's got to go out to the barn and do all this stuff, take care of this horse. And so she just tried to buy a pitchfork online at one of the places that sells horse supplies and stuff, right? And she's like, gosh, that's awfully expensive for a pitchfork. Well, it comes as a 3-pack, like, because you need 3 pitchforks if you're going to get a pitchfork. And she's like, what are we going to do with these other pitchforks? And I thought, well, we could always get a couple of torches and sell them as your own, like, supply kit for if a monster shows up.
Nice.
Everybody can have their own torch and pitchfork. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea or no?
Oh yeah, pillager starter kit. Go with it.
No, I like it, but you're going to have a lot of leftover inventory.
Well, I don't know. I think once the whole village gets breezed up, everybody's going to need their own torch and pitchfork.
You think you have a buyer source for that, or you're trying to create a pen? Like, oh, I don't want to use that word. You're trying to create a monster, because
that is correct. Two Brothers Comics. That is 100% correct. Because if I owned the horse, then I would also have to take care of the horse.
that sounds like a lot. I don't know. I'm not a guy that wants to take care of a horse.
I just want to see Josh on a horse.
Mike, you're right.
That would have to be a big horse.
Batman. Or
that would have to be a Percheron or something.
I want to point to this. Owens is saying he'll have some of what I've been smoking, as if I would ever share. But this brings up a question: is Owen a man hater because he hates me and I'm a man, or is he a hater man because he hates and he's a man? So it's a lot of taxonomy questions here we need to get worked out. Definitely a hater. So all that to say, what is the next question?
You're not allowed to leave again, Mike. That's all there is.
I only start talking about it when Mike's not around. All right.
See, I think
question
this is right? Yes. Torches and pitchforks. That is a viable product that could be sold as a pair.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then everyone now, when you walk into Haven Comics, we're going to have the comic section, and then we're going to have the monster invasion section, which is quickly going to take over the back room.
Oh, who bought a torch without a pitchfork? What's going on? We'll have to tape them together or something.
I feel like I could talk about this for the rest of the night. The questions are vetoed. We're just going to stay on this.
Well, the mega key is at the store. It's not back here behind me.
Tell everyone what it is.
Well, we just got in Giant Size X-Men #1, CGC graded at a 7.0. That book is... That's a beaut of a book right there. And it is on fire. Everybody's trying to get their hands on that book. We also got in a Savage She-Hulk #1 at a CGC 9.8, which is fantabulous. It's pristine. And I got some cool old Golden Age books. We were talking about those EC books earlier. I was thinking about those. I got a book from 1943 called War Heroes. It's issue #3, and it's in a CGC 8.0. That book is amazing. And on the back, it's got a full-page ad, kind of, a salute to Russian soldiers for their brave stand against the Nazis as they protected their homeland and their freedom at Stalingrad. Like, you don't see that on an American comic after the 1940s, for sure.
Wow.
But we got a 1953 book called Space Adventures Number 4 that's a CGC 6.0, and it is it's like a space battle going on. It's the epitome of 1953 on a cover. But in the comments on the top of the CGC label, it says flying saucer cover. Like, you couldn't see that. Like, it's clearly a flying saucer there. It's huge. It takes up the whole thing. Yeah, glorious. Absolutely glorious. So it's been a good week for acquisitions, because I also just got a Captain America number 111 with that Jim Steranko cover where he's holding the shield up over his head, which is beautiful.
I feel like that's all Captain America ever does, is hold that shield up over his head. Every key shot for him.
No, a lot of times he's pushing forward, or he just threw it. He does a lot of things with the shield. Don't you start besmirching Captain America.
I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. All right. So question 7. What was Bruce Banner's first name changed to in the 1978 Incredible Hulk TV series?
I know you know this one. You know what Bill Bixby was called.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say it was Bill Bixby. Was it John?
No.
No.
All right. It was David Bruce Banner. Producers felt the name Bruce wasn't manly enough, which is a dumb thing.
What?
Yeah, that's what it says here. That's what Owen has brought to the table for me to talk about.
Hey, we got Jason Quinn in the house. Check that out. Long time no see, man.
Oh, hey, Jason.
So that was Ryan popped up first, right?
Yes.
Ryan, you are the proud owner of Iron Man 2020 number 1, where
Variant cover.
Iron Man fights Albert from the future.
It doesn't sound right when you say Arno fights Albert. I mean, that's the dumbest sounding title in the history of comics.
Did I say Arno?
You didn't,
If
but
I
that's
did.
Iron Man 2020's name.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Arno Stark. So it's Arno versus Albert. And that just
Is
sounds
Arno
ridiculous.
his kid?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Although, who calls their kid Arno? That's a terrible name.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not judging any parent who names their kid Arno, but
I'll do it. I don't have any kids, so I can do that. We just got a puppy this past Sunday. She's 12 weeks old. She's adorable. But she also has got this crazy loud howling scream that she does when she wants to say not go in her crate in the middle of the night after she had to go outside or whatever. Really coming this close to stealing one from Andy Price and naming her Jamie Lee Curtis, because she is the Scream Queen. What do y'all think? The name she came with was Rosie, and she seems to know it and respond to it. But Lord, she screams like somebody's murdering her.
Are you trying to give her an identity disorder?
Oh, she's already got that. I got nothing to do with that.
Call her Rosie, the Scream Queen.
I suppose we could do that. All right, let's get to question number 8. What is our prize for question number 8?
Our prize for question number 8, and bring the prize cam on here, is going to be the Old Guard. That is a new show on Netflix, an old comic book Image. So this is going to be a trade paperback. You're going to be able to catch up on the Old Guard before watching it on Netflix.
If you haven't read that book, that is a great book. That's a fun concept, and it's a great book. Greg Rucka wrote an awesome book. And the Netflix movie adaptation of it, not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to see it, but it seems very interesting. They're immortal, right?
They are.
Immortal soldiers. Very cool.
Yep. Hence Old Guard, because they old. Okay, now put me on big cam for a sec because Owen did the wrong thing and he asked to see our puppy. I'm not going to go get her because right now she's being quiet and not screaming. So I'll just show you pictures of her. That's her curled up in my lap, sleeping. There's a close-up of her being adorable. That's another one. You can see her face better there. Yep. So now I'm doing the thing like a proud parent and showing off pictures of my kids, even though I don't have those. And I don't want to be that guy. But there you have it. I was that guy.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. Way too late. Too late. So this one I know you're going to get, Surly Pete. I have all the confidence in the world in you. So for the Old Guard trade paperback.
Starting to question.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, what kind of fruit did the monkey poison in an attempt to kill Indiana Jones? Or what kind of fruit did the monkey actually eat that killed it in an attempt to kill Indiana Jones?
Man, you guys are asking some bizarre questions here.
Sala even says it out loud, and he says
you got to blame Owen.
The obvious is banana, but it's not a banana.
No.
If you would like to deduce every fruit that it's not, we can keep a list. What'd you say?
Date. The date. Or
Nailed it.
Bad dates. Yeah. God. And I'm pretty sure that question was there specifically because Owen knows that Jeremy has never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It's true. I don't know anything about it.
Well, just remember, for Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones serves no purpose. The outcome would have been the same without him ever being in the movie.
That sounds like it'd be a pretty good movie. And watch it with no stakes whatsoever.
Not the entire outcome. He got the gold statue at the beginning.
That's what I'm looking for in a movie, is a movie with literally no purpose that I could have watched or not. Who knows? I don't know.
I hate when people bring that up because it makes me think about it. And it's a great movie, regardless of the fact that it turns out that he's completely incidental and meaningless to the plot.
Except for the fact that the movie has no meaning whatsoever. It's great.
It is great.
Interesting. In another 10 weeks, Jeremy will know the movie without seeing it. That's probably true.
He got it briefly. It was taken away.
He did.
That's fine. But he did have it briefly.
Everything was taken away from him.
Movie's meaningless, but pretty fun. I'm into pretty fun. But I think I'm just going to wait the 10 weeks and have every detail handed to me on this show.
What? That's so sad.
Hey, what's the Crystal Skull one with Shia LaBeouf?
The worst one.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Yeah, it's a 50s movie. So it's, instead of being a 40s serial or a 30s serial like the others, it's a 50s movie. So it pulls on all the stuff from the 50s with the gangs, the sharks and the jets and the sci-fi and all that. It pulls all that stuff.
Interestingly, though, I remember that I have seen that. I saw that one in theaters, and I said that I hadn't seen any of the Indiana Jones movies because it was so bad I forgot about it.
Yeah, that was your nuke in the fridge there. Yeah.
We'll never have a question about Indy 4. I couldn't answer it. I've seen it. The only thing that I've ever that I remember about it at all is that he got in the fridge. Would a refrigerator save you from a nuclear explosion? I don't think so. Doesn't feel like something I'd want to test.
I say you've never tried it.
Actually, the old refrigerators were lead lined.
So, but you're saying it would actually save you from a nuclear explosion?
In a movie, yes.
No. It'd save you from Superman. So that's also, something worth noting.
Yeah, but then he would just you would suffocate because you'd run out of air in there.
Oh yeah. Because the old refrigerators, they would close, and you couldn't get out from the inside, right?
Right.
So that like
There was an
kids
actual
actually did
latch,
die
It
in
wasn't
them.
magnetic.
Yeah. Ew. All right. And on that segue, the prize for question 9 is this super sick Wolverine print.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm going to go ahead and blow that up. This is Corbin Delaney's. This is Wolverine versus the Hulk. Guys, don't call me the official artist of anything as long as Corbin is in the world, because he is phenomenal. Super great.
Yeah,
There
but
was
he lives over in Muscle Shoals or Florence, so he's Florence. So he doesn't come to Haven very much.
When he's in town, he can be the official artist of Haven. I'll give it up.
Out of curiosity, how do you pronounce your name right at this moment?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jerhimini. I mean, that's pretty basic. That's pretty standard. I don't know why you need to call me out about it. But anyway, Corbin is a great artist. Really happy to see his stuff anytime he shares it, and whoever wins that print is going to be super stoked to have it, I know. So for that Wolverine print, it's a pretty good question. I like this question. What real-life, multifaceted celebrity did Stan Lee base Tony Stark off of?
Although, to my knowledge, Tony Stark has never just let his fingernails go like 4 feet long.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Hey,
it would be Howard Hughes.
yes, sir. Nailed it. You won that. You won that Wolverine Hulk print. It is Howard Hughes. He made fortunes in industrial manufacturing, Hollywood directing, producing aviation, and helping the government develop weapons and planes for World War II. So, very much a Howard Stark kind of character and a Tony Stark kind of character, kind of both. They did more of that for Howard Stark in the MCU, but also peed in a bunch of jars. Right? That should be on that list. Collected and saved his pee, right? He was a fun guy.
Well, he built the Spruce Goose.
Yeah.
He wanted to prove you could build a ginormous plane out of wood, so he did.
And it flew.
It did.
That's a good movie.
It flew. It flew. All right. Well, you kind of like sandbagged a little at the beginning, but you're racking up the prizes now. Check you out. That particular print is gorgeous.
Yeah, is that going up in your house?
Hang that next to my Spider-Man signed by Stan Lee.
Very cool.
Excellent. All right. So we ready for our last question? This is for the game
Yes.
Greedy Goblins. Which
Greedy Goblins.
sounds like a game that you might enjoy, Pete. If you can get Steve and Jason and those guys to play with you. Oh, we're going to get to see the back and see all the stuff.
It's a real game. It's even sealed. I didn't open it and take all the stuff out and reseal it. You will not find out that I did that later.
That sounds really ominous.
I know.
All right. So for this question, you have to answer in the voice of Meepo. What writer has won the most Eisner Awards for comic books with 9 Eisner Awards? He won the inaugural award in 1988, and his last award was in 2006. Speaking of crazy people, this guy's also one of those.
Crazy people make cool stuff.
They have no idea.
Pick a comic book writer. You're not off the hook without picking a single comic book writer. Oh, come on.
That's just it.
Now,
I read the comics. I really don't.
Now,
pay
did
attention
he
to the
write
writers.
it, or did his facial hair write it?
That still doesn't help me, Josh.
Literally
A lot
pick
of
a
people do that.
word. Any old word.
Huh?
Just say a word.
Bob. Was it Bob?
No, but I mean that you could have got somebody.
It was Bob Kane, creator of Batman, co-creator of Batman. Bill Finger got shafted in that deal because his dad was not a lawyer and Bob Kane's dad was. Speaking of which, we've got a book at the store about Bill Finger, which you guys should pick up and read. I say book; it's got a hard cover on it, but the cover is as thick as the book itself. It's very thin, but the man needed a tribute, and he got one. So yeah, the guy who won that first Eisner Award and then won a whopping 8 others is I think Zach has got the correct answer there. That is Alan Moore.
Boom.
He won
Alan
it for
Moore.
The Watchmen in 1988, and in 2006 he was doing a bunch of books for DC under his own imprint. He was writing Promethea, Top 10, 49ers, Tom Strong too, if I recall correctly. And just as an aside, Brian K. Vaughan and Neil Gaiman have won 4 Eisner Awards, with Gaiman winning all 4 of his in a row from 1991 to 1994. So he was kind of like the Tom Hanks of comics, I guess, during that time period. So Zach, looks like you won a game called Gritty Gritty Goblins. Congratulations to you, sir.
That's awesome.
Way to go.
Pete, you did a good job. So you won that $25 gift card. So, I mean,
Courtesy
you got
of
the
Two
question
Brothers
right.
Comics.
Yeah. And then you
No,
won
I was
Excalibur.
gifted a $25 gift card.
You were gifted. Well, I mean, gifted, winning. It's all the same thing. It's all the same.
Okay.
The kindness of strangers bestowed upon you, $25.
Appreciate
you
it,
won the
Mike.
old
I'll
guard.
try to keep this going back to the Batman travesty.
Mike, as soon as you were gone, we're talking about Batman. The second he's gone. All right. Where were we? You won that Wolverine print, which honestly, like, that's enough. You won because you were walking away with that print.
Yeah.
I love that. I wanted to keep that when I saw it. But it wasn't gifted to me, it was gifted to the audience. Or
What else did he win? He won a couple other things too.
That was it. I went over the whole list. He won. Mike won my so $25 gift card, Excalibur #1, Old Guard, Wolverine print.
That's not half bad.
That's not a bad hour of
It's
your
a nice
life,
little
right?
mix of prizes too.
Yeah, some good
Yeah.
stuff. Brian Silverbacks won a mask, an Among Us clip, and some stickers. Zach Bringman won that Ninja Turtle model and Greedy Goblins. Then Lydia
Zach
picked up a
racking up the
$25
prizes
gift card.
today.
I was just looking at this. Sorry. That's
Dang
my
it,
true
Mike.
focus. That's the one thing I'm going to focus the rest of my life and career on.
Yeah, forget
Mike, you
selling
completely
houses.
distracted me. I
Oh,
mean,
and look,
I know you
Christine, look
probably
at
haven't
that.
seen it yet, Jeremy, but there's an entire episode of Big Bang Theory that talks about that.
Batman.
Yep.
There you go. There's your that's what else you won there, Surly Pete.
Aw, thank you.
How sweet is that?
Ryan Williams won Iron Man 2020 #1. And then I think that's it. I think that was the whole night.
Silverbacks won something too.
Oh, yeah. I said him in the beginning. Mask, Among Us clip, and stickers. So
Yep.
He's going to be able to put his mask on and then put the Haven Comic sticker on it and then put the Among Us mask or Among Us clip on that mask.
I want a photograph of that exact thing, Brian Silverbacks.
Is
We'll
he still
post it
around?
on the
No,
Haven site.
I haven't seen him pop up in a second.
He won
Brian
his
needs to
prize
be
and
on the
walked
show.
away.
Brian, when you rewatch this on YouTube, because we all know you're going to, you need to be on the show.
Oh yeah, if you haven't already liked the channel, followed the channel, all that stuff, smash the key, hit the bell, do the thing. You all know what that is. Just make us all happy and do that. We're up to like 57 people who subscribe to our YouTube channel now, so we're
That's
woo!
convo, man.
We're getting there. Next week, 58. We'll hit it. I think we will. Okay, so last thing, I need everyone.
Isn't next week?
That's a good segue.
Thanksgiving?
Good thing. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we're going to call it that week. The real prize that week will be appreciating not being able to see your family and having to eat by yourself because of a deadly pandemic. So, got us. Anyway, we're not going to show up. We're not going to be here. We're all going to be doing our own things. Stay safe for everybody. But The week after that, we're coming back full steam. If you won prizes this week, come back to Haven, come pick up your prizes. If you get them within the next 2 weeks, you're good. If you reach out to us and we work something out, then we'll set them aside for you. But if we don't hear from you for 2 weeks, you don't come pick them up for 2 weeks, then they're going to be cycled back into the prize pool so the next lucky winner can get them.
And because I really, really like this and don't want it to go to waste, that makes me happy.
I love it. It's the best. I got to play this one too. I'm contractually obligated.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Pete. We appreciate it. It's good to see you. Look forward to seeing you when you come by to pick up your prizes.
Thank you.
And you walked away with some cool prizes, man. That Hulk Wolverine print is awesome. And I think you're really going to like Old Guard. I think that'll be right up your alley.
Everything will be at Haven by Saturday morning. So come get it Saturday morning. Stop by, say hey. Man, Batman.